All right, into our trending topics we go. So obviously the EFF presser is trending. It always trends the day after the presser. I mean, it's impossible for it not to. EFF president, CIC, I should say. He is, I mean, he's got so much to say, and people just talk about everything. So, I mean, he was just talking about, the ANC, obviously, and what happened in KZN. He spoke about the manifesto launch and talking to the fact that, people didn't think they could pull it off because there's this issue of tribalism and nobody else should be allowed to go into KwaZulu-Natal according to this whole factional battles. And he said the EFF went in.
And underplaying their success.
Absolutely. EFF went in. No posters anywhere, and they went and filled up that stadium, and it was a great success. And then, I mean, that was just one of them. He also spoke about, I think the ANC has killed more people in KwaZulu-Natal than the IFP. I think the ANC is at the center of political violence in KZN. The level of violence is extreme. That's just one of the things he was saying. What else was he on? He spoke about the government spent billions of rands at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, but has nothing to show for it. They simply don't account for that money. What else did he say? The ANC has destroyed the army. This is all in response to what's going on with the SANDF. And he made some funny comments about, the different aircrafts and what they do, and they're more for artistic purposes than anything else. But he also just, he spoke about such a wide range of issues.
I mean, it was a long presser. It was about 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously a lot of opportunity to speak about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But moving on into the next trending topic, which is also linked to what happened at the EFF presser, is #Koko.
Marcelo Koko. I mean, that was also brought up, and people asking questions. Still, always, how did it happen that we had lights in the times of Marcelo Koko and Brian Molefe? Well, this is also another talking point, because we saw that Julius Malema during this press conference says an EFF government will hire Koko and Molefe to end load shedding. And this, of course, started another conversation, as you can imagine. So, he was basically just saying that he says this: if the EFF was in power, that government would hire them to get rid of load shedding once and for all. He just was saying that. He said, which has seen the worst load shedding over the past 2 years. If you made me the president of this country, Rooiwal will be fixed in a month. 24/7 workmanship, that's what he did say about that. Malema said Koko and Molefe were waiting in the wings to be deployed to the ailing utility should an EFF-led government emerge victorious after the 2024 elections.
That will be interesting to see, because we've already heard the current government saying the end of load shedding is in sight.
Really? And then bang, stage 6. So let's not talk about load shedding, because you know what happens when we speak about it? The levels go higher.
They do.
Oh, all right. So Al Ahly, what is going on here?
So Al Ahly Football Club out in Egypt, of course, it's the team that our very own Percy Tau plays for. Statement floating around saying Tebogo Mokoena. Of course, we know Tebogo Mokoena was out with Bafana Bafana at the Africa Cup of Nations. Was supposed to come trial at the club, but that's no longer going to happen ever since he made those statements saying that he acknowledges Julius Malema and Julius is his favorite president in the country. Obviously, the statement is not true.
Okay. And people were saying even the logos and old logo.
I mean, a lot of things are just not making sense in that statement. It's just not well aligned. But Tebogo's agent has come out, Glenn Binken, saying that the statement is obviously false. Secondly, why would Tebogo Mokoena go for trials anyway? With the kind of footballer that, but even the quality of footballer he is, he doesn't go trial. Clubs call and they say, we want to sign you, let's negotiate. He doesn't go on a trial.
And he's with Sundowns until what?
He is with Mamelodi Sundowns until 2026, yes.
So I suppose, so this is really just causing drama.
People must just let Tebogo be, and I mean, he's done so well at AFCON. He also was part of the CAF team of the tournament, which consisted of 2 South Africans. It was Tebogo Mokoena and Ronwen Williams.
Was there also a letter on about something about Puma? You also
the Puma one is also not true. Tebogo also went and tweeted on that. He said the relationship between him and Puma is stronger than ever.
Unbelievable. All right, okay. Mbappe. So, what's going on?
Kylian Mbappe. Once again, the conversation surfacing that he will be leaving PSG. It's alleged at the end of this current season. So we're waiting to see what will happen. We don't officially know where he'll be going. It's all still alleged. This has happened before, and PSG put out an amazing offer for him, which he couldn't refuse, including having some sort of control and ownership in the club, because they don't want him to leave. But he's 25 years old, has a bright future still ahead of him, and
So
it'll be interesting to see.
Because at one stage it was almost like cut and dry. Real Madrid, that was the story. But so
chances are he's probably going to go there if he does leave at the end of the season as a free agent.
The fight for Mbappe, the brilliance of Mbappe. Okay, well, there we go. Those are your trending topics, everybody.